Is you news? Dang. Alright, so this is fairly new. I wrote it because my little niece, she'd been living with us every other week because my cousin moved back in with us, and his situation with his girl split up, so now she stays with us every once in a while. I've never got an opportunity to talk to a 3-year-old long enough to understand how brilliant they are, you know what I'm saying? How crazy their questions are. So I wrote this hoping that I could tell my son one day. I feel like I'll be the dad with all the answers, but I believe there's some questions every parent dreads eventually being asked by their children. For example, if my kid ever asked me where babies came from, I would look him in the eye and say, shit, man. You don't know? But then gather myself and say, son, babies, like anything else, they come from an idea. And he'd ask me if it was a good or a bad idea, and I'd say the best. And I let him know he was born from fireworks, and God made him after he saw the first rocket launching. Then he'd say, Dad, what does sex feel like? I'd say, yo, what the fuck you been watching? But again, I had to gather myself and say, son, the sex feels like riding your bike. Except to the moon while listening to your favorite everything. But I'll let him know, make sure you find the right bike and make sure you're ready to pedal to the moon, because it's not a close trip. You might start out too fast, get tired, and end up with someone or some place that doesn't care about you or your personal space, like Arizona, yo. From what I heard, girls don't like fast or Arizona, so take your time. Move at God's speed. He's gonna say, so what does God look like? And I'm gonna say, he looks like you, just less beautiful. And carries less questions in his backpack. And he's gonna say, so was God a boy or a girl? And I say, yeah. And he asked me a lot of dad whys. And I'll say, keep asking. He's gonna say, Dad, how would I stop from getting old? I'll say, keep laughing. And he's gonna say, are we there? Are we there yet, Dad? Are we there? Are we there yet? And I'm gonna say, son, are your feet still touching the floor? If the answer is yes, then no, we are not. We're nowhere there when flying becomes easier than falling, but I love you. He's gonna say, so what does love look like? I'm gonna say, he looks like you, just less fancy. He's gonna say, you just got done telling me I look like God. And I'll say, exactly. And all this God talk, he'd probably ask me something crazy like, who does God pray to? And I'll tell him, well, God prays to bombs and to bullets, and begging them to reconsider their destiny. Asking them to use their shell to build a rocket ship or a satellite dish. By telling them that crashing the stars feels a lot better than breaking the flesh. He's gonna say, how do I pray then? I'm gonna say, pray like you have a loaded AK to your temple, held by a hungry kid with metal fingers. Hands up, knees to floor, give everything, take nothing, the universal sign to surrender. And after all that, I hope he says, okay, Dad, because I want to be the one to answer his questions when he has them. I never want to think that his dad isn't Superman, but even Superman had a hard time answering questions that reminded him he was only half human. And just curious, but as a kid like me, raise a curious kid when he himself is still curious, shit. And leave it up to a poet. Leave it up to a poet to create something that leaves a dad with all the answers, speechless. Thank you.